My home is a single-parent family. Right after I was born, my dad passed away due to illness. My mom, struggling alone, raised me and my older brother. When I was little, we were strapped for cash, and Mom worked from dawn till late at night.
I'm sorry for always making you feel lonely.
It's okay. I have my brother with me.
People often said I must have been lonely without Mom around, but I never felt that way because my brother was there. My brother, Bob, being quite a bit older, always took good care of me.
Sorry for always being a burden.
It's all right. I actually enjoy doing the chores.
When Mom wasn't around, he'd cook simple meals and eagerly did the housework, which I think was a big help to Mom.
Bob, teach me how to do it.
Oh, you want to start doing chores too. Just be careful not to hurt yourself.
Growing up watching my brother, I naturally started helping around the house to be of use to him and our mom.
If you do it this way, it's more efficient and you'll get better at it.
That's true. You're really amazing, Bob.
Of course. I'm your big brother, after all.
I wasn't good at first, but with my brother's guidance, I quickly improved. My brother could do anything at home, and at school, he was not only good at his studies, but also had many friends. He's been my role model since I was little.
Aren't you going to hang out today?
I need to make dinner because Mom will be home late.
Man, you always have it tough.
I'm really enjoying it myself. Wanna come over for dinner?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Our house was always lively, often visited by my brother's classmates. My brother, who could do and teach everything, was like a father figure to me. By the time I graduated high school, he had already started working to support our family.
You should go to college. I'll pay for it with my money.
But I was thinking of working to help support the family too.
Don't be silly. These days, a guy needs a college degree to make good money.
I wanted to work after high school to avoid burdening my mom and brother. However, due to my brother's strong insistence, I decided to go to college. Thinking about going to college because of my brother made me focus on my studies, and I ended up getting into a pretty decent college. I wanted to get a part-time job, but my brother gently discouraged it.
Well, considering your future work, a part-time job is okay, but prioritize your studies and don't overdo it.
So, I only worked on my days off. Thanks to that, I could focus on my studies and enjoyed a fulfilling student life. As part of my college experience, I joined a club I was invited to by a friend, leading to a fateful encounter.
Hey, do you want to hang out today?
I'd be happy to if you're okay with me. The person who approached me was Mandy, a senior 3 years my elder. We started hanging out more frequently. Eventually, after her persistent pursuit, we started dating.
You finally got a girlfriend.
When I talked about her, my brother had a look that seemed a mix of frustration and loneliness.
It's your birthday today, right? Here, take this.
What? I can't accept something this fancy.
Don't be silly. It's your birthday, so it's fine. Besides, I want to give it to you, so no holding back.
She was very generous, giving me luxurious gifts and treating me to fancy meals for my birthday. I tried to give something back, but I ended up feeling bad because she always paid more.
It's okay, my family is wealthy. I get plenty of allowance.
She was born into a family of bankers, growing up in a privileged environment. Wow, that's so different from my life.
It's a single-parent family, so it can't be helped. I would be the same if I were born in that situation.
She never looked down on my family's situation after hearing about it. I guess that's one reason why I fell in love with her.
I got a job offer from a bank executive position.
That's amazing. Congratulations. She was beaming with pride. Even after she started working, we continued our relationship. The more time we spent together, the stronger my desire to support her grew. I'm going to propose to her after I graduate from college.
Really? Man, you're stepping up. Go for it.
My brother was surprised but supportive when I talked to him about it. I graduated from college and got a job at a small to medium-sized company. Getting used to the work, I saved my first paycheck to buy a ring and prepared everything. I even booked a fancy restaurant for our date, which was unusual for me.
This is a wonderful place. I'm so happy.
Well, once in a while, right? She was thrilled about the date I arranged in such a nice setting. Feeling confident about the mood, I took out the ring I had prepared. Will you marry me? My heartfelt proposal was embarrassingly shy, as I couldn't even look at her properly. While I was still looking down with my finger extended, the weight of the ring disappeared from my hand.
Thank you. I also want to be with you forever.
Really? Getting the okay from her, I was over the moon. We then discussed our future and confirmed our intentions for each other. At least, that was the plan. I proposed to her and got the okay.
Wow, that's great. Congratulations.
I'm going to visit her family soon.
Then you gotta look sharp in a suit.
My brother and I went out to pick a suit. According to him, a suit is a man's battle gear, and there's no room for compromise. Taking his advice, I bought a suit that seemed appropriate. The days leading up to the visit were nerve-wracking. Does this look weird?
There's no way the suit I picked out looks weird. You'll be fine.
Right, okay, I'm off to meet her family.
All right, go for it.
Encouraged by my brother, I headed to her parents' house. I bought cakes from the neighboring town as a hostess gift, as I heard her parents love them. Her family home was a mansion like I'd only seen on TV. With trembling hands, I rang the doorbell of the impressive house, and she came out to greet me.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to see you.
Welcome to our home.
Her parents were very welcoming, and I felt relieved compared to the scary image I had in mind.
So, you met our daughter at a college club, didn't you?
Yes, she's been very kind to me.
Oh, I heard she really went after you.
Mom, stop it. You're embarrassing me.
The conversation with her parents flowed more easily than I expected. However, when the topic shifted to my family, the atmosphere changed abruptly.
So what about your parents? What do they do?
Well, my father passed away early, and my mom used to work day and night. At that moment, her mother looked very surprised.
Oh dear, you're from a single-parent family.
Her somewhat pointed remark made me feel a bit uneasy. I could sense a negative impression forming about my family background. I hurriedly continued, trying to explain, Yes, that's right. But my brother stepped in as a father figure. I felt the atmosphere freeze at my words. Looking at her mother, her smile was gone, replaced with a cold gaze directed at me.
If it's a single-parent family, then it's a no-go.
Huh? I was momentarily stunned, emitting a foolish sound.
That's right. Single-parent families are not acceptable.
Why? Her father nodded in agreement with her mother's words.
Well, I guess it's a no-go then.
She sighed, looking at her parents. I was dumbfounded by her reaction. Her appearance was far from what it was when I proposed. The woman who said she wanted to be with me forever was nowhere to be seen. Is there a problem with being from a single-parent family?
For any reason, the upbringing in a single-parent family is not trustworthy. It would be troublesome if they asked us for money. In banking, trust is everything. Avoiding relationships with people we can trust is also important.
Her father spoke harshly, frowning. His gaze was scornfully fixed on me. Did he think I approached her because my family was in financial trouble?
Just plain is fine, but if you're considering marriage, think again. A poor family where the mother works night shifts will have a different lifestyle, and eventually, the difference in values will lead to a breakup.
Her mother's remark about just playing made my head spin. Did she say she wanted to be with me just for fun? I began to feel distrust towards her.
Sorry, but if my parents don't approve, I can't really think about marriage. Could you go home today?
She said this without any hint of guilt or opposition to her parents. Why? You've known all along that I come from a single-parent family. That shouldn't be a reason to give up on marriage. Her parents remained silent. The scene before me was clear. Once her parents disapproved, I was no longer needed. Being looked down upon just for being from a single-parent family, and even belittled about our lifestyle, infuriated me. All right, I'll leave. Thanks for having me. The girl who had warmly welcomed me didn't even see me out. I left her house as if fleeing, never looking back. On the way home, I gritted my teeth in frustration. Though I didn't want to shed a tear, they flowed contrary to my wishes. Not wanting to worry my family, I hid my tears as I returned home.
Welcome back. How did it go?
Sensing my return, my mom asked with bright eyes, but I didn't know how to respond. Well. Unable to tell her that the engagement was broken off due to our single-parent status, I evaded the question and retreated to my room. My mom looked puzzled but didn't follow after me.
What happened?
Noticing something was off, my brother followed me to my room and asked. When questioned by my brother, my desire to talk to someone overcame me, and I told him everything that happened today. The engagement was called off because we're from a single-parent family.
What?
The father said it would be troublesome if we asked him for money.
Huh?
The mother said it's fine to date, but marriage is out of the question.
That's awful. What about your girlfriend?
She said it's impossible without her parents' approval.
What's that supposed to mean?
My brother cursed at everything I told him. I felt a bit relieved by that.
Regardless of her parents' views, it was right to break up with a girl who can have her own opinion.
Yell. My brother paused thoughtfully.
Which bank does her father work for?
I told my brother the name of the bank she had mentioned.
Okay, I'm going to make a phone call.
His voice was low and cold. A few days later, I unexpectedly received a call from her. Tentatively answering the phone, I heard her father's voice.
Hey, what have you done?
Why so sudden? I thought we were done with your impoverished family. Is there a problem?
Don't play dumb. How come I was suddenly fired? What did you do?
Well, I did mention to my family about the terrible discrimination I faced when I went to propose. Then my brother and his contacts said they couldn't trust a bank with such people working there, and they might have moved their deposits elsewhere. I heard it was about $100 million. Well, banks deal with people's money based on trust, so it can't be helped, right? The father was speechless at my words. In fact, my brother had started a business when he was young and had been successful. Now he runs a fairly large company. Her father worked at the biggest bank in our area. It seems my brother had a significant amount of dealings and investments with that bank. After hearing my story, my brother immediately called the bank and asked to speak with the branch manager. The manager seemed panicked, but my brother continued in a calm tone.
We will cease our transactions with your bank. A member of your executive team has deeply hurt our family. We will visit later to discuss this in detail.
And that's the current situation. I was surprised by my brother's quick action, but I never expected her father would be fired.
I'm sorry. I apologize for all the disrespect. Of course, we approve of the marriage. Please, just.
Her father suddenly changed his tone, apologizing, but an apology from him couldn't reverse the firing. I could hear his repeated apologies over the phone, but then the voice changed to hers.
I'm sorry, my parents said such things, but I haven't given up on marrying you. Can we start over?
By then, my feelings for her had completely cooled off. I knew these words weren't sincere. If she truly felt grateful, she would have stood up for me then. Sorry, but I don't want to have anything to do with people who disrespect my family.
I didn't disrespect you. It was all my dad and mom. I can even cut ties with them.
It's a waste to lose parents like that. You won't live as luxuriously as before, but that's what you deserve, huh?
After all I've done for you, you're the worst. Give everything back.
That was a gift from you, right? Plus, I threw everything away when we broke up. She's yelling and screaming in my ear. The sound was grating on my ears. Just before I unilaterally hung up, I heard her father's voice.
This is your fault.
Who he was blaming was anyone's guess. I hung up and blocked her number. No more contact from her after that. I visited her bank once, but she was nowhere to be seen. Maybe the rumors had affected her too. Months later, when I passed by her house, a for sale sign stood in front of the mansion. I wondered how much they had spent to now be unable to maintain it. No more ties, no way to know, so no interest now. Being judged superficially on family and wealth, they got what they deserved.
The house is up for sale. Hilarious, they got what was coming to them. I did aim for it, though.
My brother laughed. I could never outdo him. He's always had a network of information, probably knows what's up with her now.
Your ex-girlfriend, she's working at a diner now. Wanna check it out?
Oh, sure, Let's order something expensive. Planning mischief against the ex-girlfriend, we shared a wicked smile. My brother had always been my savior since childhood, and this time was no different. I'm forever indebted to him. If he ever faces trouble, I'll go to any lengths to protect him. And I vowed to become a man who could support my brother, even a little.